Coming this weekend, we are going to be talking about something that really irked me this week, but I looked into it a little bit more and tried to open my mind and expand my reach and tried to really understand what's going on in this digital age of recovery for people that have been suffering from an addiction. Now, if you didn't know this, Serenity with Lana was once the Serenity Project. What was the Serenity Project? It was my friend and I telling our stories about how we traveled our road of addiction from various things, not just substances, just sitting down having chats about sobriety, recovery, healing from other types of addictions, and really just trying to be well-rounded, centered, loving, kind, honest people. So that was what the Serenity Project was. So then it blossomed into the Serenity with Lana, which you are watching right now, and that's what it was, of my journey with my chronic progressive illness diagnosis, and then coming to terms with the fact that I am in end stages, right? So that's where I come from. I come from a big book, 12-step, all the way sponsor the cotton out of your ears and put it in your mouth. You don't talk for the first year type recovery. That's it. I have learned along the way that maybe that structure isn't the best for me, and I found a way that works for me. And eventually we will be going into how I've used the steps to really come to terms with my chronic progressive illness diagnosis and the fact that my life may be ending sooner rather than later, right? I was on Twitter and this came to me out of the blue that maybe this isn't the healthiest thing for people to be online, other people that they don't really know, celebrating recovery and successes and all of these things, because of the fact that there could be a huge downfall, right? There could be a huge void for people who are really struggling and vulnerable and who may not have the capability to be this larger than life presence on the internet. They aren't getting the support, right? These words, they're not. And how quickly people are to use harsh words. I saw it on my post about this, and I wasn't even really saying anything negative about the recovery space on Twitter. I wasn't. If you go back and actually read the words that I wrote, it wasn't completely negative. I was just saying, hey, has anyone freaking thought about the fact that this could be harmful to someone? And what are we doing to safeguard those vulnerable people from being harmed, right? We are a fellowship. We are brotherly love. We are service. We are kind. We are all these things. So if we are on Twitter and we think that it's that great, then we better have a safeguard in place for the people that may end up being harmed or have been harmed. All right? Because I saw people that are so quick to harm on mine, and it doesn't affect me. But if it was somebody else and they didn't have that sense of self, they didn't have that support system that I have in real life, they may not make it. And that's all I was saying about Twitter, and you proved me right. So we are going to go on to a whole other level of exploring this and really find out what it takes to screen people, to really know who to look for so that you can help people walk this path with care. And I think that's our premise. That's what we're here for. And I think there needs to be a commitment to including everyone, right? And not being so quick to argue, to fight, to say bad words. Ask questions. The next time you want to go into a heated debate with somebody, ask that person a question. Call them in, don't call them out. Nobody needs to feel misunderstood, left out, whatever, on the frickin' end. To balance those steps of finding recovery together. A mix of support, like real life, online, and finding that person that has the wisdom that you can relate to, but that is healthy themselves, because that is another area that I'm not sure that we can gauge online very well. And we need these personal spaces where we can heal with people that we identify with. And especially for people like me that aren't able to leave the house all that often, it does get a little bit more difficult to have those spaces in a community. So yes, absolutely, these communities are needed, but we need to make them safe. All right, that's it. Much light, love, and good vibes. Peace.